Crackheads, welcome back to another episode of the Kraken Cans Podcast, where we talk all things cryptids, all things urban legends, and all things spooky.
Spooky.
I'm Corey. That's Corey with an E. Over here with Mike with a C.
With a C. By the way, I got recertified in CPR today.
Oh.
Female instructor. Her name was Corey, and she had an E.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying. That's all. I didn't say anything. I'm just saying it was cool. You guys,
right.
Wonder if you guys know each other.
Well, at least she spells it with an E, I guess.
Yeah. Corey without an E wanted me to make sure I told you that.
Did he?
Yeah. As soon as he pointed it on the thing, he goes, "Make sure to show that with Corey with an E."
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what made me. I just thought of it right when you said.
But I think Corey's with an E and like Corey's just Cory without the E. I think they can get on the same page, on the same team against somebody that spells it like Cori or something,
barf.
or like how else have I seen it? Like Corry or something like. Yeah. So I think.
Hey, get that shit out of here.
I think we can be on the same team for shit like that.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross. Makes me just want to vomit.
Well.
So what's new?
What's new with me? Since we recorded last with Mark here, it was a lot of fun. It's weird, just you and me again.
I know.
Yeah.
We could pretend that.
Yeah.
Sam here's Mark.
Yeah, we could, but yeah, I guess nothing really new. Celebrated over the weekend. We had 4th of July over the weekend. That was fun. Yeah. If you haven't figured out now, we record like a week in advance, give or take.
Sometimes two.
Sometimes two. It's nice when we can, dude. Sometimes we just get freaking record happy sometimes.
Yeah, we do.
And one time we recorded so much and I got so much edited that I don't know, 2 weeks later I opened up and had to edit a new one. I forgot.
Yeah.
I was like hitting amplify instead of normalize. It was just like my brain was ready to explode.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to get a little ahead of time though.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And that was also our 1 year.
It was. So we're over the 1 year hump now.
Over the hump.
We're on to season 2.
Season 2. Which that I feel like this poses a good question, listeners out there. Which I guess you just called it season 2, but now I'm rolling with it. This is gonna be season 2. Year 2 is season 2. What did you like? What did you dislike about last season? Do you want more guests on? Do you want us to do more interviews?
Or like a specific topic, like
Specific
more
topic,
paranormal,
yeah.
more cryptids, urban legends,
Because I've been like pushing
Locations.
on you to do locations.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, you kill a location. Locations, like people like locations because they always do well.
Yeah,
The folks like them.
they do. The folks.
The folks like them.
Yeah.
He took us to Shamokin. I bet you there is 90% of y'all out there that was just like, damn, I never thought I was going to Shamokin.
Yeah. Or you got those folks out there who are like, what the hell's a Shamokin?
Yeah. All you have to do, go onto your computer, go to YouTube, type in Shamokin Dunkin' Donuts, and that's it. That's it.
You'll get enough. You'll know.
That's it.
You'll know what Shamokin is after watching
That's
that.
what it's all about. I weirdly look a lot like the cold coffee lady. Just like I feel like I look a lot like her.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Might be some relation.
yeah, there could be. There's definitely some mic floating around somewhere in there. But yeah, what's up with you?
Taking my oldest son to a Yankees game this weekend.
Yankees
Cubs.
Yankees Cubs.
It's going to be his first game. He'll be 6 here next month. So he's excited. Doing a little bus trip.
And Cubbies are my team too. But I don't really pay very close attention at all anymore.
Yeah, I don't either. Like I used to be huge into baseball, and then just probably since I stopped playing baseball, and then like probably since college, really just every year just less and less and less and less to now it's like nothing.
Yeah, I don't like, not to get into it like too much. I just don't really like Major League Baseball now. It's not as fun to watch as it used to be. There's so much analytics and stuff go into it, and it's all about guys being able to throw over 100. That you don't have I like watching those Greg Maddux back in the day.
Yeah.
Just go there and just work a team over 90 pitch complete game and make everybody look like an idiot.
Hit any spot in the box that he wanted to.
So
yeah, no, I agree.
that's the baseball I like to watch.
But yeah, doing that. So
Did I tell you about for my buddy Justin's bachelor party? We went to a Phillies game. Went to the casino the night before because they got the casino right next to the stadium, so
Yeah.
we hit that live. Then we went to the game, and I got pretty. I had a lot to drink before the game, and come like the 6th, the 7th inning, I had to fart really, really bad. I just let it rip, and I swear it cleared out a section, and it was loud. I was pretty embarrassed. You think when you're drunk and you get embarrassed, that's embarrassing. Yeah,
it must have been bad.
yeah, it reeked.
Oh God,
It was awesome though.
You guys probably got to move down a couple rows, get a little closer.
We probably could have. And then there's people in front of us. They left the pizza box there, and some guy 2 rows in front of us just showed up. He goes, "Hey, let me get that pizza." It was empty. So Justin just hands it to him, and the guy opens it up. He's like, "What the hell?" It's like, bro, you didn't buy a pizza. What are you mad about? Somebody left their trash here. You're just gonna eat trash. You're basically a raccoon.
Yeah, that's what you get in Philly, a bunch of raccoons.
It is. Anywho,
I think the folks want to hear about the beer.
the folks.
What beer we got?
And so today we got New Trail again. If y'all getting sick of New Trail, buckle up because there's more in the future, I assure you. But today we have New Trail Trail Marker. So we're taking the path less traveled, chasing the West Coast spirit, but carving our own way to get there. What came out of it? A brew that's bright, bold, and unmistakably clean. This one pours like a golden sunrise at the start of a long hike, with a hit of orange zest and pine that'll wake up your senses. Trail Marker from New Trail Brewing is hopped with Centennial, Amarillo, and Simcoe, layered throughout the boil, and again in the dry hop for that crisp, balanced bitterness. It's hoppy, it's clear, and I don't apologize. Mark your own trail, and don't look back. And the reason I picked this for the topic, so we didn't really get in the discussion, we didn't really talk about the topic, but if you clicked on the podcast, you have an idea that it's Indrid Cold.
I don't even have a guess for this. Usually I have a good solid guess.
It's the Joker. I sent you the picture. It's
No,
the
but I
Joker.
mean the beer pairing.
Oh, yeah.
I
The beer
can't match
pairing.
this one up.
Yeah.
I could try, but
Yeah.
you just
Don't. Please don't.
because it's gonna be too hard.
About a year ago, I took you down a dark, foggy road in West Virginia, a place where red eyes watched from the trees and the unknown felt dangerously close. That was episode 2. Now we're back. We're back in Point Pleasant.
A year later, folks.
A year later, and this time we're not alone. To mark the return, I've brought along a beer that fits the journey, Trail Marker. It's the name that feels right for this episode. Like the lore itself, this trail is permanent. It's etched into the maps of our mind. Some paths, like Point Pleasant, don't let you go. They call you back. And I have a feeling that we are going to return to Point Pleasant. Well, I know we're going to return to Point Pleasant, but I won't get into that too much. But Point Pleasant, I think, will just always be one of those places on a map that we're going to have marked. There's crazy shit happen down there. I have a feeling next year at this time, maybe, I'll do the Men in Black episode and bring us
Ooh.
back
Hell
to
yeah.
Point Pleasant. But anyways, I talked about the Men in Black a little bit today. Again.
Where you at with that book?
Yeah. What book?
Your Men in Black book.
What
You
book?
forgot-
What book?
you forgot
What book
about
you
the
talking
book.
about? What book?
The book you bought.
That's Cheers.
All right. Cheers. Oh yeah.
I really like this beer. I don't think it drinks like a West Coast though.
No,
It's got that very citrusiness to. It's not.
you don't
It's-
get the piney too much.
No, but it doesn't hit you with that hard bitter either.
No.
Like you kind of assume West Coast do. It is delicious though. I'm not knocking it by any
No,
means.
it's good.
It's delicious, and this is one of their mainline beers now. So before they always had Broken Heel and Double Broken, Crisp Lager. This is their West Coast IPA that they are brewing full time. You can get it anywhere New Trail sold.
Yeah. No, it's a good one.
Plus, the can is Green Bay Packers colors,
Ooh.
so I'm always drawn to it. Got my Packers tickets.
Oh yeah.
Going to see them play the Giants in New York. Whoop, whoop.
I'm seeing the Titans Patriots this year.
Titans Patriots. I feel like
Whoop,
you're I felt like I could feel you staring at me.
I was.
Because you thought I was going to say something
I
mean.
was getting ready to throw something at you.
Nope, not me. Nothing but nice Mike. So with that, Corey,
let's get it on.
Let's do this. So today, before we dive too far into the episode, I have three main sources I used. We use fandom.com for a lot of our sources.
Yeah.
I used the Mothman fandom.com.
Oh.
There's this whole fandom section that I can get behind. I also use historicalmysteries.com and thedailyyonder.com. So Corey, as I said with the beer, this is the return. We are returning to Point Pleasant. And we're not just returning to Point Pleasant. We're returning to 1966, the same year that the Mothman was roaming the skies of West Virginia.
Giving everybody a pink eye.
Giving everybody, a little bit of stank leg.
Stank leg.
I don't know. So we have been doing this podcast for over a year now. It's been amazing and so much fun to just sit back and learn about all these different cryptids and legends. And I did Mothman episode because that was the first episode I ever did, and that was the cryptid that basically got me into this stuff. It got me hooked. Not just the cryptid, but the story of Point Pleasant, the story of the bridge. What was he? Was he good or evil? We have men in black. We have just all kinds of crazy stuff happening. I was just totally fascinated by it. And I thought how fitting for not just my personal journey, but along with the journey that we've embarked on together in this podcast, to come back to the place where I fell in love with cryptids and the place you got to learn about the Mothman.
Hell yeah. I want to go visit this place.
Hell yeah. Mothman Festival is like a month away. What is that reaction?
I ain't going to be able to go to that.
Yeah, no. Our 1 year comes the other legend of Point Pleasant. And no, Corey, it's not the Men in Black. I'll get there eventually. But today, I'm going to dive into the story of what could almost be thought of as the shadow of the Mothman. The legend of the grinning man, Indrid Cold.
Ooh.
And we are going to get into theories or possible explanations into what he is, but we need to introduce him now the same way he was introduced into West Virginia, through a sewing machine salesman, November 2nd, 1966. What I found intriguing is now we're not going to be in Point Pleasant right away. We're going to be like 45 minutes north of Point Pleasant. But this was actually 13 days before the original Mothman sighting in Point Pleasant. So he was there first, almost, but close. The salesman named Woodrow Derenberger was traveling through the area of Point Pleasant on his way to Mineral Wells, West Virginia from Marietta, Ohio. It was around 7 at night, and he was becoming both increasingly tired and excited to be sleeping in his own bed. As he drove down the road, now only around an hour or so away from home, is where he first met the man we know as Indrid Cold. So there were two variations of the story. One states that Woodrow pulled over because he was driving a van. Like I said, he was a sewing machine salesman, so in the back of his van, one of the sewing machines like tipped over, was going to fall, something like that. So he pulled over to fix that. The other one said he was just driving down the road while he was forced over by a hovering dark craft of some sort, around 30 foot long and around 10 inches off the ground. So in both these stories, though, even when he's fixing the stuff, the craft pulls in front of him. So Indrid gets out of this craft in both stories. It's just why, like one he was forced over, one he was already over, whatever. But either way, whichever story you choose to believe, on this stretch of road on Interstate 77 near the Route 47 intersection, which would put you near the Parkersburg area, just north of Point Pleasant. This is where Woodrow would meet something that you can only be described as unexplainable or weird, kind of creepy or odd. I feel like there's a lot of different words you can use to describe it. But either way, a hovering craft of some sort swerved in front of him, not aggressively, but it was really nice about it. Just kind of eased him over. Like, oh, hey, come over here. I got to talk to you. He described it as looking like an oil lamp in shape.
Like the hovering craft?
Yeah, like the hovering craft. So it was hovering like 10 inches above the ground. And
Yeah.
it was like kind of shaped like an oil lamp would be shaped when it pushed him over. So the side door opened in the craft, and out of it stepped what at first glance looked like a normal average man. Normal height, tan skin, slicked back black hair. And as he walked closer to the van, Woodrow noticed that the
I'm just thinking.
man was wearing a dark overcoat. It was almost a uniform, and the uniform was described as almost being metallic-y green.
It's kind of like our Flatwoods monster.
A little bit.
It was like a metallic-y type green is how they described it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So with his arms crossed, approaching the van, and it was very specific in the way his arms were crossed. It was like his hands were tucked in his armpits. So I think that SNL skit where it's like she pulls him out, it's like superstar. That's what I just think of him. But he just like walked. It kind of looked like a big giant chicken walking over. I don't know. Woodrow at this time could only focus on the smile that this guy had. It was a huge, broad smile that never changed. And as the man approached the car, the craft just rose up into the air 40 foot or so above him. I guess that's how they park them. Yeah. We got a second. Like you just anchor it, boat up, get out of the way. That's when the man told him to put down his window, which Woodrow heard clear as day, and he followed the orders. But there was something odd about it. When the man talked to Woodrow, he never used his mouth.
He's had this big smile on and just...
Yeah, just this smile, and like... This when Woodrow realized that he was speaking to him telepathically.
Oh.
The man continued to talk to him, telling Woodrow that his name was Indrid Cold. I feel like I got to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something about it that he gives you like that comic book villain vibe.
Yeah. And he said, "Why so serious?"
Dude, that's what he looks like. In all the pictures you see with him, like that's what he looks like, the Joker. But he specifically said he meant him no harm. Cold describes his planet as being the planet, and I might butcher some of these names because they're...
It's just a made-up planet, right?
Well, they're not made up.
It's where
Indrid Cold's from.
You're right.
You're freaking knocking on your door, home slice. Cold described his planet as being the planet Lanulos in the galaxy of Ganymede.
Lanulos and Ganymede?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the last you're going to hear me say that. And how his planet was actually less powerful than the United States, which is utterly fascinating to me.
Yeah, because this dude drove here in a
hovercraft. Fucking hovercraft.
Yeah.
A fucking hovercraft.
Yeah.
But like, man, you guys are much more advanced with your tires. Like,
yeah.
what is that?
Yeah, they last longer.
Yeah. What kind of tread you got on this thing? My brain could not wrap it. I feel like it must have been a way of like comforting this man. He could figure if he can talk to him telepathically, he can feel the emotions and feelings this guy's feeling. So to just be like, take it easy.
Yeah.
You guys are a lot more advanced than me.
Yeah.
I'm wearing freaking metal as a shirt. This is crazy.
Yeah. 25% cotton.
Metal and cotton. It's a nice blend.
Yeah.
So the conversation lasted between 5 and 10 minutes. And really, like, this conversation was nothing but small talk.
Well, yeah, because there was no talk. Well, it was like half talk.
Yeah. And I think he didn't even really need to talk either. He could just think what he wanted to say. and Indrid was just like, oh, yeah, very cool, very cool. Yeah. Anyways. So at one point, Cold asked what the lights were in the distance. It wasn't really confirmed exactly like which way he was pointing, but in my brain, I just think he was pointing to Point Pleasant. I don't think he actually was. I think he was pointing to the town of, what was it? So I think he was pointing to the lights from Parkersburg. So he said about like he meant no harm.
I come in peace.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, that's what
I'm
he
just here
to say.
so I don't get fined.
Pretty much, it was just like, hey, I'm just here. I just want to talk to you. But the conversation really made it seem like he was slightly lost as to where he was.
Yeah, because he's like, hey, what are those lights over there?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah,
what is that thing? It's like, I don't know. You're in a fucking hovercraft 40 foot up. Go look in a telescope and tell me.
Or look in your GPS.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you got some high-tech GPS and that shit.
But what's fascinating was when Indrid decided to walk over the ship, he made sure to turn around and tell him that they would talk again. And just got in the ship. The ship took off, and there sat Woodrow. So like, why did he pull him over in the first place?
I mean, maybe he was the only person around.
But what was the point in even pulling somebody over? You know what I mean? You basically just came there and small talk? Was it just to meet a human being, talk to a human being?
Or was like he really trying to dig for something he just didn't get to what he was really looking for?
Yeah, or he just knew Woodrow wasn't going to know it.
Yeah.
Because you wonder, if he could speak telepathically, I wonder if he can just read all your thoughts real quick.
You would think.
To figure out if you're going to give him what he needs to know.
Yeah. He pulled him over. He's like, this doofus doesn't have what I need. Like, I'm going to keep this short, and then I'm going to get in my ship and leave.
Well, we probably looked at it like, damn, them needles in those sewing machines ain't sewing these freaking britches.
Yeah.
Ain't sewing my metal shirts up.
And like,
they're 25% cotton.
Yeah. And like, selling sewing, like, it's just funny now. Like, if you hear that nowadays, like.
But everybody was some sort of salesman.
Yeah.
With sewing machines,
like,
yeah.
Nowadays, like, do you know anybody that uses a sewing machine?
My wife went to a sewing party. I know, she is wild.
Wow, that probably got intense.
It did. So she took her sewing machine over there, and she's all excited, and then she couldn't figure out how to put the thread in it. So somebody had to, like they took like a half-hour helping her to just get her sewing machine ready, and I think she eventually just used somebody else's sewing machine.
So I remember we had to like use them in home ec in like middle school.
Yeah, we had to make our own aprons.
Aprons, yeah.
I did mine. I screwed it up so much that it got so short that it just came to above my belly button. But it was monster trucks.
I think mine was like sports or something. Yeah.
Yours was probably just the cover and never back down.
That would have been a good one.
It would have been, because that's a classic freaking movie.
Yeah.
If you don't like that movie, you can suck it.
Yeah, suck it. I'm looking at you.
Don't be looking at me. I like that. That's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's got the guy from American Horror Story in it.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Evan Peters.
Jeffrey freaking Dahmer.
He's fat in that movie.
In that movie?
Yeah. Well, he's not fat, but he's plump.
Yeah. Well, he's skinny in Dahmer because he only eats people.
Yeah.
And it's just not you just don't get all your nutrients from a good.
He eats people and drinks Budweisers.
Well,
or I don't remember what he was drinking.
I don't know. You drink probably Miller Lite, so it's Milwaukee or Miller High Life.
I don't remember. At least in that documentary.
I'm pretty sure Dahmer was from Milwaukee, wasn't he?
Somewhere over there.
All right.
That way.
We don't know.
We don't care.
I care. I just don't know.
Yeah, he's a big Dahmer fan over here.
Big Dahmer fan.
Poster in his house.
I offered to get Corey one, but he said, no way. I'm not taking my NSYNC poster down for that.
Eminem.
You had an NSYNC one, too.
No, I was a Backstreet Boys fan.
Oh, Backstreet Boys. My apologies. If I'm going to insult you, I better do it right.
That's right. All right, let's hear more about Indrid.
Indrid. So to stick with Woodrow, remember what Indrid told him when he got ready to leave. They said they would talk.
They're going to talk again.
Yep.
So does that mean he's just going to randomly pop in this dude's head sometime and just like talk to him telepathically?
So over the next few months.
It is, I'm right.
Woodrow claims that they did just that. At times, Cold wouldn't even be around. But it was said that Woodrow could hear him, like a voice in his head. It really makes you wonder, I feel like there's a fine line between Indrid Cold and schizophrenia.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Or like, what kind of drugs was this guy on? Because we're in the 60s.
Well, that's what I wonder, too, yeah.
Like LSD and stuff was pretty
I just
big.
wonder did they put something in the water in West Virginia? Out in Mama? Take Me Home?
I don't think they put anything in the water. I think that's just how the water is.
Man, we got to get down there. We've got to get down there and drink some water.
Yeah, we got to get a pint of that water.
If we have anybody out there that lives in the West Virginia area and wants to just send us water.
Yeah. Buy me a water.
Yeah, buy me a water. Still haven't set that up correctly. We get alerts on our email about it all the time. It's like, yeah, I should really do that today. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll have time at work tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. Woodrow has even made the claim. Get ready.
Oh.
Even made the claim that Cold visited him and offered to take him back to his home planet, which of course Woodrow accepted.
I was gonna ask, like, okay, if I was this Woodrow dude, and I got pulled over by this alien guy, I would definitely ask for a ride in a spaceship.
Well, yeah,
right then and there.
You're freaking right.
So why didn't he?
Well, you don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
I feel like you want to, you know what I mean? It's like Like you got a new truck. I don't want to go for. I want to go for a ride in it, but I'm not gonna just come out and just ask you right away. And Woodrow accepted this invitation, and when he visited the planet, was described to be much like ours. People driving vehicles, but the only thing is the people didn't look like people, but more like, what old Cold looked like. His wife even made claims to what these beings were. I guess she must have hopped on for a family vacation at some point.
Hopped on for a ride, if you know what I mean.
Whoa. Indrid is not that type of guy.
Oh.
He is a buy you dinner type guy. I wonder, could you imagine, is there telepathy sex? Like you have like oral.
Yeah.
Is there
other stuff?
Goodness. Yeah, I don't want to.
You're good.
I was.
You were.
But it's like, just stop at oral. But is there like, man, what if like, I should, I'm going to.
You take it out.
What if you thought you were having telepathy sex and you opened your eyes and somebody just had their wiener in your ear? It's like all you could hear.
A scary movie too. Fucking shorty.
Oh man, you got poor wiener ear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see her hopping on this space. You're from rural West Virginia. You probably don't get too many like solid family vacations, especially in the 60s.
No, you go down to
Shawnee.
Lake Shawnee. Yeah.
When did that close?
It was still open then. I think it closed in like the 70s or 80s.
Oh hell yeah,
late 70s, early 80s.
You can definitely go then.
Yeah. Or no, it was shit. No, it probably closed right around 66, 68, and then it opened back up again. Like,
so Indrid probably went down there.
You're right.
Close that shit up.
Yeah.
Telepathically told him like, look, folks, this is not safe.
Yeah.
These swings have killed multiple people. Why are we still getting on those?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, holy hell, there's a voice in my head that finally told me. It's the voice of reason. It's like, no, it's Indrid Cold down there telling you guys to wise up.
That'd be funny, too, if, like, they're like, oh, it's the voice of reason, and then you just hear, like, no, this is Indrid Cold.
Yeah, Indrid Cold, you idiots. Yeah. Look at me, I'm right over here, and he's just over there waving.
Yeah, he's just over in a tree, big smile on his face.
So there's actually a time when Woodrow left for this planet, and he didn't come back for 6 months. You imagine just leaving, like peacing out 6 months? See ya.
So you went to this planet for like 6 months?
Apparently. And it got me thinking, what's that movie, Interstellar, where they land on, I don't know if you saw that one, but they land on one planet that has a different orbit around the sun. So for every like 3 minutes you spend on this planet, a year goes by in the Earth. So could it be like that? Like you went there for 2 days and it ended up being 6 months on this planet?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
It's something with space that I don't even want to wrap my head around.
No, it's weird.
It's weird. Woodrow's house and life started to turn into a total circus because he was on local television and talked about this. Talked about the day after.
Do they have this video somewhere?
They do. You can YouTube
really?
it. Yeah. I think I talk about it later, but you can go on YouTube and they have like his full, it's like a 30, 40-minute interview of him talking about it.
Does he look like he's on some drugs?
No.
Just
he looks way too normal for this story, I swear. I mean, he does look like he sells sewing machines. So take that for what it is.
I don't know what that looks like, though. I don't know how to imagine somebody that sells sewing machines.
Imagine somebody that looks like me, right?
All right.
No beard. And I'm carrying 2 sewing machines.
Glasses?
And I can have glasses, doesn't matter. But I'm carrying 2 sewing machines, and I come up to you and say, hey, want to buy one? That's kind of what
Okay, I got it now.
I got it. That help you?
Yeah, that helps.
Now you can picture.
I see it now.
Yeah.
Yep.
He definitely doesn't have a beard, though. No way. There's no way. So, because you think when you're sewing, if your beard gets too close, it would suck it right in.
Yeah, you can't sell sewing machines and have a beard.
Barf.
Mm-mm.
I can imagine having my
They just don't
beard.
style, like, it's just not.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you have a beard, you need to be selling, like, cigars.
Magnum condoms.
Yep.
Would be one.
Little mags, tools.
Like you didn't even name one. You just all of them. We sell everything. Chainsaws,
refrigerators.
Oh yeah, definitely refrigerators.
Like appliances, like big appliances too, not like little appliances like toasters. because he's right with the sewing machine guy.
Yeah, with toasters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go like I'm gonna throw this one out there. Potato chips.
Ooh.
I feel like a bearded guy would, because
Yeah.
you gotta have something to catch the crumbs.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Tater chips are there. All right, one more. Hit me with one more.
Whiskey,
Whiskey,
beer, alcohol, liquor.
beef jerky.
Ooh, they have beef jerky back then?
Well, yeah, they had beef jerky. Since the dawn of
Yeah, I
killing
know,
animals.
It's been around
Yeah.
forever.
So like I said, his house and life just started turning into a circus because of a lot of the interviews that he was doing on local news and radio, which I had it right here, which can be found on YouTube. I knew I had it right in there. It was
I
like,
jumped the gun.
yeah, that's all right. And people would sit outside his home and just sit like in his driveway in hopes that Indrid Cold would show up and they could catch a glimpse of him.
I just pictured people sitting outside of his home, staring at his home, trying to talk to him telepathically.
Well, that'd be cool. Just talking to Woodrow.
Yeah.
Not to Indrid.
No,
just to
they're
Woodrow.
they're standing outside his house just trying to talk to him.
I wonder how that would work out for him.
You know, growing up, like when I was not growing up, but like when I was young, you know, like Matilda, how she used to she could make things.
Oh, yeah.
I remember like when I was little, I used to like sit on the couch and stuff, and I would like stare at stuff for the longest time, like trying to get it to move.
Yeah.
I do that shit all the time.
I used to think I was a Power Ranger.
Oh, me too. Don't get me started with that.
Do you remember Beetleborgs?
Yeah,
Dude, they were the best.
They did
the
they did the
best.
crossover one where it was the Beetleborgs Power Rangers like movie.
Beetleborgs would kick the shit out of them.
Yeah,
Man.
hell yeah.
I sing that song to the kids.
I don't remember this.
Big bad Beetleborgs. Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
I found it on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure it was them that did the crossover with the Power Rangers.
Never saw the Beetleborg Power Ranger
I'll have
crossover.
to check later.
I just remember, remember the episode of Beetleborgs? It was like 3 or 4 parts, but they had, I can't even remember the bad guy's name or anything, but they copied a Beetleborg and made him into a bad guy. So it was like the Black Beetle. That's when they upgraded their suits from their old, like the red, green, and yellow to like the gold, silver, pink, or whatever they were when they upgraded.
Yeah.
To beat the black one.
Well, they did the same thing in the Power Rangers with the Green Ranger.
Yeah,
He was bad
exactly.
at
Same
first.
thing. Yeah, with his flute.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember being at my grandma's house, and I'm gonna fucking punch that TV if that freaking Black Ranger, if that Black Borg wins again. And son of a bitch, he would. Then it's like, I was just doing all kind of karate moves in the living room to just show what I would really do to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a weird life I lived.
That was the same way.
Yeah. And that's why we're here.
Yep.
Talking about cryptids, urban legends, and all things spooky.
Instead of drinking fruit punch, boys and girls, we're drinking beer.
I'm talking about Beetleborgs.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite stories from the people that would post up outside Woodrow's house. So there's 2 hunters that were supposedly sitting up in the woods watching his house. I don't know if they thought they had to protect him from cold or like watch the people and that to make sure they didn't I don't know. I have no idea. But this is when an older all black Volkswagen pulled into the driveway.
Ooh, it's Ingrid.
Oh no.
Oh.
Outstepped.
Oh, the Men in Black.
The Men
son
in
of a
Black.
bitch. See, I thought his hovercraft turned into like one of our cars.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And it does. There is theories. I don't even think I really dove into
Yeah.
them, but I'll get into the theory section where Indrid was almost like a prototype of the Men in Black,
Ah.
which is it's so yeah. We can get into that.
Get
a
into
little
that
bit later.
then,
Yeah.
folks.
So after this, people said Woodrow literally like after this visit stopped talking about cold so much.
Huh.
It got to the point where he actually went to seek mental treatment from a psychiatrist. So Woodrow was evaluated and was given a total clean bill of health. The doctor was shocked after all the tests and everything came back. And then the doctor himself was said to get a telepathic message from Indrid
What?
Cold. And that seemed to be the end of Woodrow's story. Like basically Cold just told him, you fucking leave this dude alone. He's my bitch. I've been working on him.
Yeah.
You leave him alone.
Yeah. It's my patient.
That's my patient. So that's the end of the section. So what do you think about everything going on with Woodrow?
I'm still trying to figure out if this dude's just either, like you said, schizophrenic, or he's just hooked on like some LSD or something like that, or if it's actually some shit to this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like if it was other places in the world, I wouldn't really think much of it.
No,
But
yeah.
you know how I feel about the Mothman.
Oh yeah, I know. Like Point Pleasant
Point
is
Pleasant.
your
Point Pleasant
shit.
is like my Twin Peaks of the world.
Yeah.
I got to get that. We got to go there.
Well, yeah, we do.
Everybody goes online and donates $1 to our Buy Me a Coffee. It won't go anywhere because I still haven't set it up. But
Yeah.
yeah, we should make a pact for our 2 years. 2 years we're going to Point Pleasant.
Family vacation.
Family vacation. Me and you. That's it.
and our wives and
Oh, yeah,
6 kids.
Yeah. We're the regular fucking Brady bunch over here. It's craziness. But yeah, with that, Corey, let's take ourselves a beer break.
Beer break.
So that's right, we're back. Back
in black.
Back in black. Men in black. Knock on doors and kicking some ass. Ooh. Damn. All right, so there was another sighting of Indrid, and this was actually in Point Pleasant.
I was gonna say, so the first one we were like, he lived 45 minutes north. You said
He didn't live 45 minutes north, so the first one happened 45 minutes north.
Oh, okay.
Because he was basically going to go down and travel through Point Pleasant to get to Mineral Falls, where he was from.
Yeah.
From Marietta, but so it happened just north of Point Pleasant.
Oh, okay.
And then obviously everything else that was going on was down at his home, which is around an hour from Point Pleasant.
At his home base.
Home base. Or as other people call it, his house.
The toilet. That's what I call my home base.
Oh. So the next sighting of the man that they call Indrid Cold did in fact occur in Point Pleasant. And it happened to involve a family that was talked about in our episode 2, Mothman.
Don't ask me names.
Don't ask. I summed it all up for us because
All right,
honestly, I didn't remember a lot.
That was a
of
year
it.
ago.
Yeah, a year ago. I don't even know how many freaking stripes I got in my underwears today. You know what I mean?
I can tell you how many holes I got.
How many?
One big one.
One big one. It's a skirt down there. It's
Yeah.
crazy. If there was an elastic around the legs, we'd be screwed, folks. So this is the Lilly family. I was hoping when I said the Lilly family, you'd hit me with like the Sally family that we did for the Poulter. Who's that? Don't know who that. Who the hell's Lily?
I know. I do remember the Lilly family.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't say it. I remember the name. Like,
So to sum up what I talked about before with them and their tie into the Mothman, I went back into my notes and I summed them up. So this is a summed up version of what I talked about. Dude, I didn't realize. I went back in my Mothman notes. That was freaking long as shit. I had like 14 pages, single spaced, font like 10 of just freaking no. There ain't no spaces. No, I had to find the Lily. I just had to read through the whole thing. It's like there ain't no chapters, no markers, no nothing in my notes. Not that my notes now are much better, but they are slightly better.
No TP Mike on the Mothman episode.
No TP Mike. Freaking, I was a crack ditty back then.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I used to call you that.
Yeah. And he got acquitted.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's
so.
You got money.
Keep
folks.
calling me the freaking didster. Anywho, don't call me that.
Don't call
me that.
Call me the did.
Yeah. So back to the Lilly family. So the Lilly family who lived near the wildlife area close to the old TNT factory, which we remember the TNT factories, all that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, pause it right here. Go back to episode 2.
And hit play.
Dude, back in episode 2, I had no grays.
Nah.
Yo, dude, no grays. Not a one. I didn't hit a gray till fantasy football in September. That was my first gray.
Now look at you.
Yeah, now look at me. The freak happened? It's this podcast. It's freaking Corey. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, that's
freaking
that's
Corey.
what I was going to say. Shit.
So one night as they were winding down for bed, an intense light suddenly flooded the outside of their home. So bright that it looked like daylight. Just as quickly as it appeared, the light vanished without explanation. But that was only the beginning. Throughout most of 1966 and 1967, they reported similar sightings. After each event, they tried to return to normal and go back to sleep, but their night was far from peaceful. Once the lights were out, the house would erupt in chaos. Cabinets slamming, furniture moving on its own, and an overwhelming sense that something unseen was tearing through the place, like a poltergeist had taken over their home. This all happened in Point Pleasant during the Mothman craze, so it does seem to have some direct tie to the Mothman, especially with it being so close to the TNT factory where the Mothman seemed to hang out. So imagine how insane all of this is, trying to sleep, trying to raise a family, when one night the daughter was asleep in her room, finally got her to sleep because God knows with all the cabinets banging and everything, nobody's getting much sleep in this house. When she was suddenly woken up, as she looked across the room, there stood a man just watching her. And as she stared at him, he started to walk towards the bed. The daughter did the only thing she could do to protect herself. She hid under them covers. What else she got? So she hid under those covers. And when she peeked back out, the man was gone. And this was the exact description that she gave of the man. It was a man, a big man, very broad. I couldn't see his face very well. But all I could see was that he was grinning at me. You got any thoughts on that?
No, not yet. I'm thinking about my theories right now.
Dude,
for the
this
end.
dude's over here writing theories down. He's writing his theories down.
'Cause I knew if I didn't write that shit down right now, I was going to lose it. I mean, that's creepy, though, because...
What do you have to write the Easter Bunny down for?
Son of a bitch.
I know, I read mine.
Tooth Fairy this time.
Tooth Fairy.
No. I don't know. I mean, this shit's... So this Indrid Cold? Is it Cold? Indrid Cold.
Yep, just COLD.
So he's in the house, and this girl sees her.
What it
Sees him.
Yeah.
While all this, like, the lights and everything else is going on. I don't know. I mean, it's creepy. Creepy AF.
It's creepy as hell, yeah.
But, I got my theories. I'm going to save them for the theories section. Got a good one.
So I feel like I need to talk about this other sighting of Cold. And for some reason, this sighting is associated a lot with Indrid Cold. I'll let you decide what you think. So we have to go back a few months before he was ever in West Virginia. So before Woodrow saw him, before any of that.
So we're before Mothman, before Indrid.
Yep, before all that.
Yeah, okay.
And we're heading to your favorite place to hang out.
Look,
You particularly, Corey.
the bathroom.
No.
Lake Champlain.
No.
The beer store.
No.
The
state of New Jersey.
Oh, I never would have got that.
Two boys with
God
maybe
damn it,
the
hate that.
absolute most Jersey jerk-off names I ever freaking saw. James, Jimmy, Yanchistis. No.
Yachistis?
Yanchidis.
Hey, just be confident. That's our problem.
And Martin the fucking mouse, Moonov.
What?
He's the freaking mouse.
Is that
That's
really
what
like
it
his
is.
nickname?
That's his name.
The
In
mouse?
the paper, it had quotes around mouse.
Jesus Christ.
That's what people know him as, a freaking mouse. I'll read this like I'm from Jersey. They're freaking walking down the street, 4th Street to be precise, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden I look over there, I see this strange freaking guy looking over at me, standing behind this fence. And you got to understand what this fence is. This wasn't just like a fence into a yacht or anything like that. This freaking fence went down a freaking cliff. It was to protect us from going down this cliff. There wasn't nothing on the other side of this fence. There was no reason to be on the other side of this fence. And that's what this guy was doing over there. So this is when Jimmy nudged him and said, who's that guy standing behind that fence? That's how they talk in Jersey. They just, they point out the obvious.
Can you translate that into English?
Into English? Yeah, so basically this guy is just standing on the other side of this fence, right? They're walking down the sidewalk. There's this huge fence.
They're in New Jersey.
They're in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And on the other side of this fence, all it is just this, basically like a cliff.
Like a drop off.
Yeah, they're like a huge drop off. There's literally no reason for anybody to be there. And the way the fence, it kind of like goes up and has like the over, so you can't climb the fence either. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason why some human being should be standing over there.
So he was at the bottom of like the cliff?
No, he was just at the top, like right at the top, right by the fence.
Oh,
because
okay.
the fence was at the top of
Yeah.
it. Jimmy nudged Mouse and said, "You see that guy standing over there?" And that's when Mouse turned around, and he saw the guy behind the fence. And this is when the guy just pivoted and looked right at us. Looked right at him, and he had the biggest grin they ever saw. The boys later told police, and also, eventually, John Keel, who we talked about in the Mothman episode also, and the way they described him was that I don't know, it's weird. He had this huge smile, but he didn't have ears, or he was just missing other parts of his face. I don't know. But it was interesting, and everybody associates this story with Indrid Cold for some reason. So was this when he first arrived? Was this him trying to figure out what humans look like?
Or like trying to get to Point Pleasant?
Yeah, in a
You know
way.
what I mean? Like
That's what it seemed like in the original story.
He landed in New Jersey, and he's trying to work his way to Point Pleasant.
Oh, God. Could you imagine you're an alien and you freaking land in New Jersey?
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what we got.
Yeah.
This is it. Wow. So this is what Bruce Springsteen was talking about, eh? So that's really the story. I don't know if I totally believe the tie-in with the New Jersey story and all that. I don't know. I'm not totally sold on it. But this is where I get into John Keel. John Keel is basically the dude.
Is this the dude that was seeing Mothman like all the time?
Yeah, this is the dude that saw Mothman, the Men in Black, all that. Wrote the book, the what is it?
Chronicles of Narnia.
The Chronicles of Narnia. How'd you freaking know? Dude, I can't.
You were saying I don't know.
I feel like I'm wrong. The Mothman Prophecies. Good God. Yeah.
Close.
He wrote the Mothman Prophecies. So when the sightings started, he was there. He was a journalist and paranormal investigator / UFOologist / just into the creepy. He probably would have had a podcast if they were around back then. Yeah, that's how this dude was.
Lame.
Yeah. What a loser.
Yeah.
He spent a ton of time in Point Pleasant investigating everything, and he also spent quite a bit of time with both Woodrow and the Lilly family trying to sort things out. While he was there, he started to get weird phone calls, telepathic messages, and visits from the
Men in Black.
The Men in Black.
So he was getting telepathic like messages too?
That's what he claims, yeah. He claims to actually be the one to give the Men in Black their name. Like, he's the one that dubbed them the Men in Black.
Huh.
Badass.
That is pretty badass.
If that'd be what I want my claim to fame. Like, don't remember me for my books or my research. You remember me for calling them sons of bitches the Men in Black.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Keel was said to get random phone calls, and he believed that Cold wasn't part of the Men in Black, but was actually an ultra-terrestrial, which like the claims of what Mothman was. So one of Keel's points, which is one that I'm going to get into with the theories, is basically that Mothman and Cold are part of an even larger intellectual network, whether they're government or aliens or it's a psychic project. But all in all, he believes that when stuff like this happens in an area like Point Pleasant, no matter what, they all have to be connected in some way. The fact that Cold was so close by, the same time Mothman was, there has to be some reason, and you can throw the Men in Black in there, that all three of these have to be interweaved in some way or another. That's his theory, and I like his theory. As far as the Mothman and Cold tie-in, because I think sometimes it's hard to see the tie-in with them, but there's a couple key things. They share witnesses, like the Lilly family. They seem to have come to Point Pleasant right around literally the same, within 2 weeks of each other.
Yeah.
Not, and Indrid wasn't seen in Point Pleasant, but he was, 45 minutes north within 2 weeks. And really, John Keel's book, The Mothman Chronicles, along with the movie, tie the two together, whether they are or not. There's a point in the Mothman Prophecies movie where he gets a call on the phone. Now, he talked about in the book a little bit about getting a call from a guy named Indrid Cold. In the Mothman Prophecies, he gets a call from Mothman.
What did it sound like?
It sounded like Indrid Cold. I don't know. That's the way it makes it. I don't know. He just talks totally normal. It's like, this isn't the fucking Mothman. What the hell?
Yeah.
So that is it for all kind of the stories on Indrid before I head into the theories. You got anything to add before we head into theories?
I don't think so. No, I'm ready for theories.
Do you want to talk about your theory first, or do you want me to go?
Sure, I got a couple. I got a couple theories over here that I've been writing down, been brewing up. So the
first one, Sandwich Man. This is a man that came for sandwiches.
No.
So
the first one I got here is that our boy Indrid Cold is a bounty hunter from whatever planet he says he's from. And
so he's like Predator, more or less.
Yeah.
From the Predator movies.
Yeah. So I think he's more of like a bounty hunter, and Mothman was maybe like some type of, I don't know.
So we're going
vigilante.
We're going back into Lilo and Stitch.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he might have been some type of like vigilante or something and escaped their planet, came to Earth, and then Indrid Cold came here trying to hunt him down. Was like the one I got.
All right, so what's your second one?
This isn't really a theory. It's just kind of a comparison I have is that the Mothman is Batman.
Okay.
And Indrid Cold is the Joker.
Oh, okay.
So he's kind of like the alter ego of said, Mothman.
That would be cool.
Which
they do give those vibes off.
Yeah.
I remember when I saw I think I talked about in the original Mothman episode, they brought a bunch of people into a warehouse and they told them the story of Mothman before they went into this warehouse. A guy dressed as Batman ran across the catwalk and everybody saw Mothman.
Yeah.
But when they obviously with the control group that went in where didn't hear anything about Mothman, they all saw Batman run across the catwalk, which is the most logical thing. Yeah.
Well, then I had two, with the Men in Black. So, what if, because we hear about the Men in Black a lot, so what if the Men in Black is, a government agency for, this planet, and then anytime species from said planet leave, the Men in Black have to follow to try to get these things back to the planet where they're from.
Where do you think they would get the cars and all that from? I think they just manufacture them some way, or they just have them in holding or whatever.
I think maybe could even be like I said earlier, maybe they come over in a little hovercraft or something, and then they have the technology that it just transforms into a common car in our era or past eras.
I could see them working with our government too.
Yeah.
So they come to our planet, and we have to go catch these guys. Here you go, boys. Here's a fleet of cars.
Yeah.
Here's suits to wear. Here's everything you need.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's just kind of some of the stuff I jotted down.
I like it. I like when you take a good jot.
You start jotting more often.
You need to jot more often.
Yeah. I'll jot over this place.
Freaking jot. I'll freaking jot on your face, Corey.
Ugh.
So the most obvious theory that I have on here talks about Cold being an extraterrestrial, an alien, whatever you want to call it. This would explain things like the ship in the first sighting, because I feel like if you're going to get into all the stories, you can't discount the hovercraft.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a ship. It was also explained Woodrow's initial interaction with Indrid. So the second, and I think that's the most obvious. I don't really think I need to get into that one. Is he an alien? Maybe.
And do you think too? So going off of the theory I said about the bounty hunter, coming from Mothman, maybe because it's still, I still don't know which way I feel about whether Mothman was the one that made the bridge collapse or if he was trying to warn people about the bridge collapsing.
I have a new theory from some new information I read about Mothman that makes me think that Mothman was there because the bridge was going to collapse. Now, I don't know why. I don't know if he was supposed to be a warning or not, but there's stories of Mothman being seen in the weeks leading up to the Chernobyl incident over there.
Yeah.
So,
but I was just thinking too, if we're going off of this side where Mothman brings danger thing, events happening. Maybe in this other planet, like the Mothman species did stuff like destroy bridges or things like that, and then came here to our planet, and then Indrid Cold, obviously knew from like their planet, like, okay, this dude destroys bridges and
That's what he
whatever
do.
else.
That's what he
So
do.
like
Just blow
he's-
shit up. Apparently,
He's coming here to try to stop him, bring him back before he can destroy bridges and hurt our species or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just kind of where my mind
So
went.
put Indrid more into being a friend,
Yeah.
which he was very. It seemed like in the initial time he met Woodrow, he was very adamant about, I am here to cause you no harm.
But I also don't want to think of Mothman as the bad guy either.
I know, because he's freaking so cute.
Yeah.
He's just cute.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't want to think that way.
Yeah, no, I'm still, the verdict's still out on Mothman. So the second theory I have is the one proposed by Keel. So this would dive into the ultra-terrestrial or interdimensional being. So this is saying that Cold isn't just from a distant planet, but is also from a different reality altogether. This would allow him to tap into and mess with our human consciousness, and you could lump him in with Mothman and the Men in Black. I feel like I can't get in too much into this one because I feel like it is just more than our brain can really handle.
Yeah.
He is an interdimensional being that can not just travel through dimensions, but can travel through time. So time means nothing to him. The world as we know it means nothing because there's multiple worlds that he can go into.
Yeah.
It's hard to wrap my head around.
It's a lot.
So the third would fall into a government conspiracy or even some sort of government testing. They would have the Mothman there, but would also have all this other stuff going on to try and just mess with our minds. Could even have been some sort of government drug used to mess with the people because this area has so many unexplained things. Everything happens in freaking West Virginia, dude.
Yeah.
Mass hysteria, which I won't get into because we get into that, I feel like, every episode.
Yeah. It's always the go-to.
And this last one is interesting because it's something I really stumbled upon. I could get behind it a little bit. Could the Mothman and Cold be conjured up through our thoughts and fear? Much like we read of ghosts being conjured, and we talked with Jenny about how things are conjured up at Penhurst sometimes when you have these areas where just crazy crap is happening. Could this not be an alien, but a creature born out of fear? Now, I found this interesting just because I feel like it, in a weird way, is a plausible thing to happen. Could the Mothman have been born out of some kind of fear? Could
what kind of fear, though, do you think? Like what?
Well, I don't know what the fear would be.
Yeah.
Or if there's something happening in this area at this time that was causing a lot of depression, stuff like that, where this thing was just conjured up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Witches? Warlocks? Freaking Harry Potter?
Leprechauns?
No, I didn't even think of them.
Yeah.
So that's all I got for theories. Before we go to the folklore score, I'm going to leave you with this, Corey.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
Indrid Cold never really went away. Whether he came from the stars, another dimension, or that, I feel like I should read this as like Rod Sterling from Twilight Zone. So I'll read it like Sterling.
You could read it like Anchorman. What's his name? Will Ferrell.
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my best. I'm just gonna be my best Twilight Zone thing. I feel like I want to end all my episodes on like a Twilight Zone like quote, because that's like one of my favorite things from Twilight Zone is the beginning and the end of all the episodes. Indrid Cold never really went away. Whether he came from the stars, another dimension, or the edges of the human mind, he smiled, he spoke without words, and then he vanished. But if the stories are true, he's still out there, watching, waiting, and grinning. Folklore score.
He's always grinning, yo.
Always grinning, yo.
We're back with our folklore scores. We just added them up.
Corey, if you're not sure what the folklore score is, what is it?
Folklore score is our 5 categories.
5 categories.
Spookiness, historical cultural significance, believability, uniqueness, and threat level. Each one of them boys there, we give a ranking from 1 to 10. We each add them together, or we each add them up separately, then we smush those numbers together.
So the top score could be 50 each. 50-50 would be 100. Yep.
And that gives us our folklore score tier, which ranges anywhere from 100 all the way down to, nothing.
The Boo Hag's on the chopping block.
She's been on chopping block.
Been on the chopping block for a long. If you have been listening to Cash, you know we've wanted that bitch off for like freaking 4 months now, 5 months.
That bitch is just
hanging on. Good for her, dude. It's just like how she is normally.
She's hanging on.
She's freaking she just holds on and rides. So Corey, big unveil.
24.
I got a 27. So the Boo Hag is safe for another episode. It's going to bring us to a 51. 51. First 50, Corey. I think that's the first 50 we've had, isn't it?
In a while.
No,
I don't know.
Like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll dive down through our scores. For spookiness, I gave him a 6.
I gave him a 5.
So similar
right there with you.
Historical, cultural significance, I gave it a 5.
Gave it a 5.
Believability,
I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 5. Uniqueness, I gave him a 9.
I gave him a 7.
Yeah.
So I was up there.
Yeah, so we're threat level, I gave him a 2.
Gave him a 2.
And you know why I didn't give him a 1? Because all I could think about is, what if I was in the middle of wiping my butt and he started talking to me in my head?
Yeah.
And then I'm questioning if I'm wiping my butt right. That's a freaking threat level.
I don't know. Here, so if I'm wiping my butt and somebody starts talking to me in my head, it's gonna be a quick whoop. Yeah. I'm gonna have shit up my back.
All the way up my. Well, I'd have it up my front because I wipe top to bottom.
Well, so do I actually. You're right. So I'd have it up my chest.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I got a lot of chest hair here, boys. So like, it's not gonna be good.
He'd have some dinkleberries in that chest hair.
Yeah.
But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Did you enjoy it, Corey?
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun.
I liked it.
We got to return to Point Pleasant. That's always a good time. Guys, 5-star review if you liked what you listened to. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. We got TikToks and YouTubes where we pump out the shorts. We do some goofy shit over there. We have a good time.
Goofy shit.
So tune in every Tuesday.
I just wanted to remind folks that we're going to be at the Cryptid Bigfoot Festival.
Yes, sir.
Central Pennsylvania at the Susquehanna Valley Mall on August
9th.
9th.
Yes!
It runs from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Your boys will be there all day with the tables set up. TP Aaron handing out autographs on TP with a brown Sharpie.
Yep, Cousin Cora's going to be there, too. She confirmed today before I came.
We're going to have a group of 5.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5.
Yeah, buddy Justin that I've referenced multiple times in this cast should be there.
You'll see him in the flesh.
We're going to have hats, shirts, stickers.
Koozies.
Yes, I knew there was one other thing we were missing. Koozies.
Business cards.
Business cards, yep. Business cards. But the business cards are only if you want to do business with us.
Yeah. We'll give you a business card in each of your purchases, too.
That's right.
There'll be one in each item.
Yeah.
And with that,
I'm Crack Daddy Mike. I am out of here.
BK Corey Mike is dumb. DUMB.
Corey, stupid Corey, stupid Corey, stupid Corey, stupid Corey.